Hi comic book fans, and welcome to day 6, my competition. There's 2 comics up for grabs. It could be 3 because I'm now actually up to 57 subscribers. If I hit 60, I will add a third comic to give away my competition. Right, today I recently bought a couple of lots on eBay, and I think this is a really interesting way to buy comics. So I like to look at bundles of comics selling for not very much money, and I like to have a look. And if you can look at the pictures, you can sometimes spot a comic that's worth more than the bundle is being advertised for. So one of these was I spotted this in a bundle, and it was an auction, and it was about £20 at the time for I think it was 14 comics. But I spotted this one in the lot. It's Phantom Stranger number 14. Now this is a really interesting comic because who does that look like on the cover? Yeah, well, it looks like Swamp Thing. So this is really interesting. This was actually published, I think it's 1972, so it was published between House of Secrets 92, which is recorded as the first appearance of Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing number 1. So this appeared between the two. So it's a really interesting comic. The story in here is it's some sort of mad scientist who's dressing up as a Swamp Thing, but he then turns people into sludge. So is this an appearance of Swamp Thing? Is this the second appearance of Swamp Thing? It isn't recognised as such, and it probably isn't. But it's a really interesting comic to pick up. It's got quite a bit of interest behind it as well. So, this isn't a very high grade. And I suspect if I clean this up, bagged and boarded it, I could probably get something like $40 to $50 for this. So I went on to the auction, and there was one other guy. I suspect he'd spotted this as well. And he bumped me once, but I bumped back, and I got the 14 comics for £33. Anyway, they arrived, and I to be honest, just that was worth it. I'm not going to sell that. That's going in my collection. That's going as one of my Swamp Thing interesting comics in my collection. So I didn't buy this to sell. I bought it to keep for my collection. So I got the other comics arrived, and I was expecting none of them to be worth very much. These DC horror titles. I picked up a charity bundle a couple of weeks, 2-3 weeks ago, which I got for the Alan Class comics, but it came with a whole bundle of DC horror comics, none of which were worth virtually anything, and they've just gone up into the attic. So I wasn't expecting anything from the other comics here. I just thought that they're going to be more DC horror stuff. Anyway, but actually checking through, so yeah, and a load of them are just not worth very much. I mean, the condition's not great, and these ones here, there's a Karate Kid there. I don't know, that's not worth anything. There's a couple of, there's a thing called the Secret Six number 5. I'm not showing these off very well. Secret Six number 5. I think that is worth something, but it's in fairly poor condition. 4-star battle tales. Again, it's worth a little bit, but not very much, and the condition's not very good. Son of Tomahawk. They're not worth very much. I mean, that one's quite interesting because there's a guy whose tomahawk is standing up for the black slave there, so probably of social interest from the early 1970s. However, I looked through the rest of these and I checked them out on Go Collect, and actually there's a couple of them that are worth a bit of money. And the first one is this one, and it's a Bernie Wrightson. And artwork, and it's a House of Mystery, number 193, and this actually has got a higher value showing for it on Go Collect than the Phantom Stranger number 14. This is, you know, if you got, yeah, admittedly this is for a graded copy in 9.8, but it was showing at about 1,200, £1,300. So, you know, this copy's, you know, it's complete. It's got loads of wear down the edge. You know, this is a you know, a red comic. But I'm going to clean that up. I'm going to bag and board it, and I suspect that again could be worth, you know, even in this grade, you know, if a 9.8 is worth $1,200, if this is a 5.5 or a 5, probably worth $30 or $40. So, you know, those two comics by themselves have paid for the lot. But this one as well, this House of Mystery, that was House of Mystery 193. This is House of Mystery 196, and this is in worse shape. I mean, it's got a bad spine roll, which I can correct. But this again, graded 9.8, is over $1,000. So, you know, do a bit of work on that. It's all complete. There's no major creasing. It's just got the spine's very poor. And again, here we have a House of Secrets 98 with a guy who's half insect by the looks of it. And again, this has got quite a bit of value. Go collect, you know. I think this was about $600-700 in a 9.8. So, you know, clean that up. It's all there, and nothing majorly wrong with it. So, you know, I'm really pleased with this lot. You know, I've definitely got my money's worth here. And this one, House of Mystery 206 with a scarecrow on it. Again, you know, that has got some value, and there are sales for it. And finally, we've got an Adventure Comics 437. No, not finally, 437. And again, that's quite a nice cover with the Spectre in the background and a large fish. Again, this has got, I think probably I could easily get $20 to $30 for this. And finally, this is quite a nice cover. This is Black Magic number 8, and it's sort of predating Chucky, My Dolly the Devil. And again, you know, this has got showing 20 or 30 sales for this issue. So I quite like buying these lots, especially where I know I've got one comic. You know, I knew that comic I was getting my value when I paid £30 for the lot, just in that one comic. There's actually 5 or 6 other comics in here that I've got value as well. So, you know, I think for my £30 for that lot, probably got nearly £100 value out of that. Right, next one as well, similar type of story. So this was a lot. I was looking for Secret Wars, because I'm just buying up some of the Secret Wars issues, and I found a lot, and it said including Secret Wars, and one of the ones it had got in the lot was this, which is Secret Wars number 9. And I've been looking at this, so I know its value. This is in this is a 9 or higher condition, and I know this is worth, you know, in a 9, this is probably worth $180, $190. Well, you know, the whole lot of, I think it was 12 comics was advertised for £15, including postage. So I knew, because I was looking for it, that this Secret Wars number 9 was worth more than the £15. So all the other comics were coming in for free. So I wasn't expecting a lot from the other comics. I did spot there was some She-Hulk in there, and I quite like She-Hulk. But actually, of actually higher value than this one, and I hadn't realised it when I bought the lot, is actually this one, which is Secret Wars 2 number 5. Now that in a graded 9.8, and this is a good condition copy, sells for over $200. You know, so we got this one at about 180 and this one at about 200 in a lot of comics selling for £15. Now I don't think these are 9.8s, but they're you know, they're 8, 8.5, 9, maybe into the 9s if I clean them up and press them. So there was those two. So 15 quid. I've got 2 Secret Wars comics in good condition, and then we've got some really nice She-Hulks. We got She-Hulk number 3 with Spider-Man on the cover. And we've got the She-Hulk TV series coming up, and I think this is sitting in, and again, it's in good condition. It's sitting on Go Collect at around $100 for this one. The other two She-Hulks are not as valuable, but I paid less than £2 a comic for these. Yeah, I paid £15 for 12 comics, so about £1.20 a comic. Well, She-Hulk number 4, I could go and get a tenner for that tomorrow. And She-Hulk number 5, same, good condition. So what have I got here? I think that's 20 quid, tenner each for those, maybe 30 for that, 50 quid. Again, I could probably get 30 or 40 quid for that. It's 80. I could probably get 30, 40 quid for that, 110. So those comics there, I paid £15 for the lot, and I probably got over 100 quid's worth just in those 5. Now, admittedly, the rest of them were complete waste of time. They're not worth anything as far as I'm concerned, and they'll just go up in the attic with the horror comic ones that are not worth anything. Shield 1, Deathlock 14, Deathlock 11. They're just fillers. Doctor Strange 33. Who knows? It might be worth something one day. Ghost Rider 7, original Ghost Rider 7. There's a couple here that I quite like, but they're not worth anything. But I do collect Doom, so Doom 2099 number 3 and number 7. So I think those two lots, one for £30 and one for £15, done really well on. Now I prefer buying those type of things than buying these mystery boxes that people buy. I really don't get that. You're not going to win big on the mystery boxes. The people who are putting the boxes together know what they're putting in them. They're professional comic dealers. They're not going to be giving away, you're not going to be getting a $250 comic for £15 in a mystery box. And you're certainly not going to be getting a Phantom Stranger number 14, or a Bernie Wrightson House of Secrets. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and good luck in the competition. And please remember to like. Thank you very much.